Well, let's address the question that everybody in the internet is asking me right now. Humberto, why you disappeared from social media? Well, I'm right here. I'm going back to Apimondia now. I'm going to Denmark now in Copenhagen and to see Apimondia. But before we get there and I show you everything about Apimondia like I normally like to do and to discover all the new technologies, the new things, talk with beekeepers, I want to address a couple of subjects that people are asking me a lot in the internet. First one, why I disappeared. Why I don't see much more of my videos coming to my channel. Well, the answer for this one is easy. I am working on a big project that is taking most of my time. But things are getting better right now and for sure my videos are coming back pretty soon, so stay tuned. The second thing I want to address is maybe about what people are asking me my opinion about what's going on with the USDA and the Beltsville lab and everything else. But I will catch you with that after my flight. I need to catch a flight now. First, I got a flight from Washington, D.C. and my first stop was in Iceland. Yes, that beautiful place that I want to visit many times, but unfortunately, not that time I'm going to be able to get out of the plane and explore a little bit as I would like to. It's a connecting flight. From Iceland, I got a flight directly to Copenhagen, where I arrive and immediately start exploring because Apimondia picked those places for a reason. One of the good things about Apimondia is the places they choose for the event. For example, today, right now, I am here in Denmark, in Copenhagen, visiting the Museum of Copenhagen. So there is plenty of opportunities for us to learn about local culture, local beekeeping culture, and much more. All right, welcome to Apimondia. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Umberto Boncristiani, and this is Inside the Hive.tv, the show that takes you into the world of bees. But before I share what's going on inside there, where all the beekeepers from all over the world get together to share information, I want to find a little spot because I want to go over what's going on in the United States now with the USDA and the Beltsville lab. Regarding the Trump administration shutting down one of the most prestigious honeybee lab on the planet, the USDA honeybee lab in Beltsville, Maryland. Well, first I need to give a little overview so you might understand my position on that a little better. Well, the Beltsville lab is one of the most traditional labs on the planet, one of the oldest on the planet as well. That's the place where I start my honeybee research career. That's the place where I got rewards for my research. And also the place where I met my wife, which is also a honeybee researcher that's still working at the Beltsville lab. So this opinion might be biased, but I'm gonna try to be based on the facts. First of all, I understand that the Trump administration is doing something that, in my opinion, is good overall. I came from Brazil, a country with very socialist tendencies, and I understand that government can be your enemy, and big government is definitely your enemy. And reduction of the size of the government for me is something really good. I cannot deny that I enjoy to see shrinking the government because when the government is big, people are not free. That's a fact. However, one of the things that I think is important about the government is national security. If it's something related to national security, that must be a deal in a government level. And I think the bee labs are, in fact, part of the national security because of the food production, food security, and things like that. So in that case, I believe shutting down one of the most prestigious honeybee lab is not a good idea. But the argument against that is that they are shrinking, they are consolidating, they're going to transfer people to other labs that are close to where the beekeepers are. There is an argument to be made there. However, my personal opinion on that is that the Beltsville lab is the only lab in the East of the country and is far away from the hotspots of commercial beekeeping operations in this country, which allows the bee lab to be strategically positioned to be the best lab to do field trials. And when I see the Trump administration trying to shut it down, this specific lab, without any consideration of that makes me believe that people behind it doesn't know very well what they're doing. And that's a bad thing. I think the Beltsville lab is important. I think we're supposed to have a lab in that specific location because it allows us to make a research that cannot be done in other places in the same way. And that's where my mind is right now on that. So I hope the Trump administration shrink the government, but at the same time, respect the logic behind the lab and the people working in these positions, because it is not their fault that there was a government that offered them a job. So please, respect the people. Okay, so let's start with some Apimondia drama. 2 years ago, there was a vote that Tanzania would be the next host 2 years from now. I was excited about this opportunity. That would be my first time in Africa and an opportunity to know more about African beekeeping culture. However, I was surprised when I saw the news that Tanzania was replaced by Dubai. Because of my YouTube channel, I was invited to the news media event in Apimondia. So when I got there, I started recording, and unfortunately, my mic was not connected correctly, so I couldn't record the whole thing as I was planning to. However, I asked the committee there what happened with Tanzania. And what they tell me was the Tanzania Commission were not ready. They didn't follow their contract. They were supposed to build a convention center in a specific time, and when that time comes, the Commission went to Tanzania to verify things and was not there. Nothing was built. So Apimondia was very concerned that Tanzania would not be ready to accommodate an event of the size of Apimondia. That was the official response from the Apimondia Commission. However, when I was walking around Apimondia, a gentleman from Tanzania stopped me and we started a conversation. And I asked what happened with Tanzania. The guy was really upset and he told me that Tanzania built everything and followed the contracts. And his words, not mine, that Apimondia is full of shit. When I confronted him to show me some receipts, something to back it up his claims, he couldn't provide anything. So right now, I'm with Apimondia. But if anybody out there knows anything and wants to show me receipts, please send it to me. I would love to know more about this thing. Okay, no more drama. Let me show you a little bit about Apimondia Scandinavia 2025 Copenhagen. Something that I have to say upfront about Apimondia 2025 Scandinavia is that it was one of the best Apimondia in the last 10 years. Everything works, everything clean. I want to congratulate the commission for the fantastic work. The place was packed. I think was one of the biggest Apimondia that I ever seen. The open ceremony was beautiful, full of great messages, including the Minister of Agriculture. And things that I like the most about those ceremonies is to see the local culture, and they delivered. Yep. It is a lot of fun to see those cultural differences when you travel to Apimondia. It's one of my favorite things. If you at home want to see more about these things, I am making a private video for my community only with the behind the scenes, so you can see much more of these things. So if you want to support me, please consider subscribe to my free newsletter. And if you want to be a paid subscriber, you get access to the private videos. So thank you for your support. Well, 4 different things brought me to Apimondia this year. 2 of them are normal ones that are always there. One is the travel, to see the different beekeeping cultures, talking with beekeepers from all over the place. The second is of course, to taste honey from everywhere in the world. It's the only opportunity that you are able to taste every single honey on the face of the planet. So another reason for you to come to Apimondia next time. So the third reason to come specifically for this Apimondia is that I want to talk with Kyle, the inventor of HiveGate. I basically neglected his invention invention for a long time. And to be honest, it was my mistake. I was not able to see the value of it. But today I understand how it works. And it is fair to sit down with Kyle and have a long conversation about his device. And I'm going to release that conversation in a separate video because it was a long conversation. The fourth reason to go to Apimondia was to talk with the folks from Primal Bee. I met them in the United States very briefly in one of the bee meetings in US, and I was introduced to the new technology. When I look at their data and the rationale behind the new design, I have to say that I got really curious. And I'm planning to make more content about this new hive and also perhaps to bring them live so they can take questions directly from you guys. I'm going to release separately 2 videos about Primal Bee from Apimondia, one with the inventors themselves, talking about the idea, the concept, and how they get together to bring this new product to the market. And another conversation with Jason, a friend of mine, another honeybee researcher that I worked before and I share publications with, talking about the features of this new hive design. I spend a lot of time in Apimondia walking around, talking with people, and I could expand this video forever. Many more things I'm gonna put in my private video for my community. But before I go, I want to share a message from the next host of Apimondia after Dubai, Germany.
We are from the German Beekeepers Association, and we do apply for the next after Apimondia in 2029 in the beautiful part of Germany.
Yes, my name is Sebastian, and we would be happy to invite you to Leipzig in Germany in 2029 to discover our long tradition of beekeeping. We can show you a lot of different hives. We don't have only Langstroth, we have Dadant, we have German types and so on. It's really very diverse. We have a big diversity of different bees, different ways to keep bees, and I think there we can learn a lot from each other. So that's the beekeeping part. We have also the research part. We have more than 20 research groups and testing groups who are doing services for the beekeepers or doing research from basic to applied. And then in 29, it's also a cultural thing for us, because the last Apimondia in Germany was 60 years ago. In 29, it was in Munich. And 29, it's also a date for the fall of the Berlin Wall. And since all this movement started in Leipzig with demonstrations, the famous Monday demonstrations, so it's also a sign for coming together, for getting united. And I think it's a fine thing if we do this also at the Beekeepers. So we hopefully see us in Germany.
That's fantastic news. Germany is a fantastic country to be the host of Apimondia. All the German tradition with honeybees are absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to go to Germany and share with you guys the German history of beekeeping, German research with beekeeping, and much more. But first, let's go to Dubai to know what they have to offer about honeybee research, honeybee history, honeybee culture. If you live in Dubai and want to share information with me, find a way to work together, please send me your contact information. I would love to start working to celebrate what Dubai has to offer about honeybees. Because to be honest, I know nothing about Dubai and honeybees. Okay, now that you know my reasons to go to Apimondia, I want to know your reasons to go to Apimondia in Dubai and Germany. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Inside the Hive.tv, the show about bees. See you guys in the next video.